Here we go. We're live. This is the evening walk and talk brainstorm. I'm going to take the puppy out for a walk before to end the day, and then just wanted to start doing some recaps. So I started doing the live walk and talks to one, just to get some ideas that are rattling around inside the head, outside the head, until a place where they could potentially become useful. And then number two, to start to surface subjects or things that they actually want to talk about, and then also to practice I don't know, the principles, the teaching of John Stepper's book, Working Out Loud, which is uh, sharing your work as it is a work in progress. So right, and it's just a fun way to be able to just get some brainstorms out there. If nobody listens, that's fine. If somebody does listens and it becomes useful for somebody else, then that's usable as well. Also, an opportunity to be able to connect with people at that actually want to connect. So if anybody wants to join in live, you're more than welcome to actually do that, to have a conversation about whatever is the topic that's of interest, that's of interest right now. So I look at this as like I have a desire to be or I won't say it's a desire because I'm not practicing that much, to be a stand-up comic. And this is like practicing sort of the material for the comedy, doing some of the brainstorming stuff to potentially move in the direction of doing some comedy. So the nice thing about this is, on the back end of this, we'll be able to get a transcripts of the conversations that we're having, and yeah, we're able to get a transcript of the conversations we're having, and then seeing where it actually might turn into something else that's useful. So I'm going to do a be right back here. I'm going to put the camera on mute as I get. All right, we are back. So I should put this. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. But yeah, this is just as I go into the elevator, start losing access to um, some of the ideas. So talking about some of the practices and the principles from working out loud. So number one, showing your work in progress, showing that stuff that is not ready for showtime as it's starting to work. Showing the stuff that's not ready for showtime to yeah, show stuff that's not ready for showtime so other people can potentially listen in. So, oh, can you see this comment? I can see you, Chris. Yeah, if you'd like to join in, you're more than welcome to. Just leave me another comment if you'd like to join in. I'll share you the link to. Actually, I just put it in the comments here. Let me just see how to actually do that. Banners, brand, guests. Let's get this invite guests. We're going to copy this in here. I got to get a better way to share the link here. But let me post a comment here. If I could actually do it on LinkedIn, I'm going to post a comment here if you'd like to join in. Boop, 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 boop. How do I join in? Here comes the link. I think it's going to be streamed. Can you see that? I'm not sure if you can see that link, Chris. If you can actually copy on that, actually I'll DM you in LinkedIn. There we go. All right, we're back here. All right, we lost connection a little bit. Chris should be joining in a second here to be able to start the connection. I should actually see him in the waiting room here. Let's see if he's here. Let's see, Chris is here.
You can hear me?
There we go. Maybe we'll do this one on camera here.
Hello?
We'll get Chris added
Hello?
in
Can you
here.
hear me?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Sorry, I was having a mic issue because I was watching the positive intelligence videos. Because in about 13 minutes, I have a call with Joseph Varghese. We're part of the positive intelligence program. I
Excellent,
was trying to
excellent,
catch up with my work there.
awesome, awesome. I just ran under a bridge. So you want to introduce yourself and talk about what you're working on?
Yeah, sure. I'm Christopher Lee. I'm a product management coach. I help my clients with product management coaching. Right now, I'm working with 2 full-time employees at Google and 1 full-time employee at Visa, helping them, uh, help coaching them on mock interviews, resume review, job search strategy. And I used to have clients that were full-time employees at LinkedIn, Apple, and my newest client is at Salesforce. So,
Excellent. And would you say again, what are you working with them on?
job search coaching for product
Got
management.
it.
So there's a lead product manager at Visa that I've been working with every day for 1 hour a day
Awesome.
to write her
Ah,
interview stories.
excellent. So that's sort of the niche, and that's sort of the place that you focus on is helping out with the interview stories, and that's for the spoken interview piece, or that's for sort of the resume and some of the written stuff as
It's
well.
for the spoken. I also do resume review, but for her, it's for the spoken. So I'm
Got
helping her tell a better story. So for her spoken interviews, yes.
Gotcha. And what is the does she have interviews at this point in time, or
No,
she's working on that as well?
she hasn't. She hasn't even started. So she's going to be working on that.
Excellent. So let me just change the banner here. So what are some of the things who would actually let's talk about who would come work with you? Why what are the type of people that you're looking to, or if you're looking to attract new people to work with you?
Either experienced product leaders or people who are new to product management and want to get into product management. Those are my two buckets. And I've worked a lot with people who are at big tech companies and their employees, and I've also worked with startup employees as well, which
Gotcha.
is in the minority at this point.
Yeah. And how would you differentiate between the two? Like, what are the skills that you would say are different between like the big company and the small startups?
I don't uh, I don't know that I differentiate the two too much. The 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 people at the big tech employees, we have a very we have a structure that we need to follow, and it's a lot more structured. The startup interviews, they're a lot less structured, um,
Okay.
and they're more behavioral based. Um,
Gotcha.
so that's the major difference. And sorry, I misspoke. Yes, I would differentiate the two, but yeah, sorry.
Interesting. And now, are the behavior? Because I'm assuming even for the structured interviews, you got to work on the right behaviors for those as well, or
Yes,
right, right? So it's still behavioral at the base. It's just a matter of how much structure they go into after the behaviors. Is that the way you would
right,
differentiate it?
right. But yes, even startups from time to time do the case interviews. But yeah,
Interesting. And what surprised you about this type of work?
I was surprised at how many people um, were so interested fi- um, uh, in job search coaching and how quickly people were able to pick up the skills to interview and how
Interest,
quickly I was able to get results for them.
Interesting. And we talk about the results. That is like getting the stories in place or
Oh, more
the
than that,
securing. Yeah.
like landing the job. So, like for
Interesting.
example, last summer I worked with a client who was a full-time employee at LinkedIn, a solutions architect, and I got her a position as a product owner in just 30 days.
Interesting.
So yeah, so that's what. But yes, the stories. To be honest with you, the stories are a bit, not as quickly moving as I thought. But we're getting them in place. We're working on them. we're doing sort of a walk and talk without the walking,
Got it.
on the documents. And we were supposed to meet in person, but because I had gotten COVID last week, we ended up just doing it over Zoom
Yeah.
and doing some collaboration on the document and writing it out.
Interesting. Do you record the sessions? Do you are you just you're just working through the documents each?
We're just working through the documents. Zoom is sort of like an otter nowadays, so it
Yep.
takes our entire conversation and it summarizes it at the end of the session.
Yes. Because I'm wondering if you could start identifying like hidden talents and hidden skills that don't make it through the document. Like things that you just kind of like the by the way things or the things that are unconscious for people. I'm wondering if you can start surfacing those through some of the interview transcripts, because that's what I'm doing right now, right? I've gone more to, um, I do that. Sometimes somebody joins like you do. Sometimes I'm just talking to myself. But when I'm talking to myself, I get to like look at the transcripts as like almost like as a disinterested third party on the back end,
Right.
to see what becomes interesting about those.
Right.
Yeah, it's super interesting. And then I mean, a lot of my friends are struggling with the actually getting to the interviews. What tips would you give for people who are struggling actually even finding interviews?
If they're having trouble even getting to the interview, then the problem might be their resume.
Okay,
So and their LinkedIn profile, because that's the top of the funnel. You have to optimize both your resume and your LinkedIn just to get an interview.
got
Without
it.
that, then yeah, you're missing the interview.
And are the people you're working with, are they applying cold? I mean, how are they actually getting through the application process?
Typically, they're applying internally, so
Got it.
they may have a leg up, or
Yes.
um, or they might be applying cold. In some
Okay.
cases.
And how about cold strategies? So if you're looking for like what would you suggest as far as that goes for um, you don't have yes, you're not inside of the company. What would be the first step that you would say if you want to go, let's just pick whatever company. Google. You know what I'm saying? You want to start, or let me do something a little bit less structured, a little bit less um, Accenture, right? I'm sure they have structures in place, but it's not like a well-known and well-documented interview process. What would you say for something like that?
Oh, I would say try to get a referral, as
Got it.
many
Okay.
referrals as you can, because without that, it's going to be very hard to get your resume in front of the hiring manager.
Got it.
You
So
have
it's
your referral introduce you to the hiring manager.
got it. So it's the referrals first approach too, which makes a lot of sense. And then developing the story, I guess, right, to develop the behaviors to be able to have the confidence to get into the interviews and get through the interviews.
Right.
Yeah, love it. Um, Interesting. This work I think suits you very well.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm finding that I'm utilizing a lot of my skills to help people.
Yeah,
Didn't think I
that's
would go into this line of work.
yeah,
It was
interesting.
accidental.
Huh? How did you trip into it?
Oh, I was working on some platforms over the last several years, and here and there I would do interview coaching. Until last summer, I started doing it more seriously because on one of the platforms there was a client from LinkedIn who started working with me, like every week, like maybe 2 times a week. I can't remember, maybe once a week. And then this other client now from Visa is working with me every day. So, and then the Googlers, and then the Apple, and the um, other people, AI engineers, I started just working with them. And so it just accidentally happened. I kept carving out this niche, and now I'm
So,
doing it.
so talk to me about the AI engineers. Are there a lot of jobs for AI engineers?
Oh
Are
yeah, there are
they
a lot of AI engineering jobs. So many.
got interesting? And are these people that are pivoting from other type of engineering or pivoting from someplace else?
Oh, they're already in AI engineering.
Okay.
Really interesting. They come to me, they already are in AI engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that's I'm not, I guess um I thought it was more of a nascent field. That's interesting. So that is kind of the new and how much experience like the people that you're working with, how much experience they have actually in AI engineering?
I think they probably have, if I were to guess, a couple of years because it's new
Okay.
to everyone.
Yes.
Mhm.
Interesting. And what's the profile like 0 to 5 years experience overall, 5 to 10 years experience overall, 10 to 15 years experience? What would you say is the average profile that you're starting to work with in that
They're
space?
usually probably between 5 to 10. It's
Got
my
it. Okay.
space that I'm working in.
So they
The,
pivoted. Yeah.
yeah, the person from Visa, she actually has over 10. She
Got
has
it.
probably even more than me, so she probably has 15, honestly.
Interesting. Okay. Um, yeah. Interesting. Very good. Anything? How's your book doing?
Oh, it's great. I was invited actually to talk at a credit card company this summer. They already prepaid me to give a talk
Okay.
on my book at the book club. And then they're gonna buy 20 copies of my book
All
and
right.
try to sell my services at the company. So maybe
Interesting.
I might land more clients working there.
And that was you landed that cold?
They found me on LinkedIn. He said, "Oh, I read your book and I told everyone in your company about you and your book, and it made such a difference in my life." I had another person who was exactly like that, who was always saying, "Oh, your book made such a difference in my life. I told everyone in your company," and now he's meeting me in person. That the other one.
Very cool. Um, very. And what was it for the book? What start to finish? Like, how long did it take you?
Probably 6 months, start to finish.
Okay, got it. Okay, and you just did. Which part of the process did you outsource? Did you do the whole thing yourself?
Oh, part of it I use Chat GPT,
Okay,
so I did outsource part of it. Yeah.
got it. But I'm saying not necessarily to AI, like as far as like
Oh, no,
editing and
we had a whole team. It was like editors, probably 4 editors, a product manager. I forget who else. But I'll invite you to my wedding next year. I'll invite you to my wedding in New
oh,
York.
excellent.
I'm
That's
having it in
exciting.
San Jose this summer.
Santa Fe.
San Jose.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
next summer I'll have it. Yeah, in
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations. Oh, Santa Fe would be interesting. But San Jose is just as good. I haven't been there probably. I think the last time I was in San Jose was for it was for a wrestling event. I want to say around '98. That might have been the last time I was there. I was working up in Lake Tahoe. I think I was working in Harris Lake Tahoe when I was still with like Arthur Anderson. So I think that was the first.
Oh
That was the
wow.
last time I was there. So probably a little bit different than when I was there before.
Oh, very different now. Yeah. I'm gonna hop
Yes.
on this call with Joseph Varghese, but it was
All right.
really good chatting with you.
Awesome.
I wish I could stay because I feel like every time I talk with you, I have an hour of ideas. Just
Awesome. Do you have 30 seconds to give three hot tips or for like products or anything else? You could
so
bounce if
30
you don't have 30
seconds
seconds.
and
Yeah.
three hot tips for you said for product.
Products or whatever, new things that you're trying,
Yeah,
books, whatever it is, recommendations.
sure. So there's a really good book by Marty Kagan called Transformed. It's all
Okay.
about how do you do product transformation in an old style company and make it much more product centric and
Very
much
cool.
all the exciting things happening in Silicon Valley and transplant it to your legacy company. That's
Love
tip
it.
one. Tip two is if you're into learning more about product management, job search, there's this book by Louis Lynn. It's called Decode and Conquer. It will walk you through all the steps on how to do a product management interview. Tip three, in this market, it's very hard to find a job. So the best thing to do is to tap into the hidden job market, which means having interesting conversations like these with people kind of like at random and like organically. The more
Yeah.
you can generate more of these random connections and meetings, the more likely someone will give you a hidden job. That's how I got
Lo-
my last job actually last summer
Love it.
for
Love
my
it.
contract.
Sarah, all right, get out of here. Tell Joseph I said hello. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
joining in today.
Bye bye.
All right, thanks so much. All right, so thanks for Chris for joining in. So if you are listening to this live or listening to this, literally these are unscheduled. I go out and walk my dog, and if you leave a comment, let's see if any other comments left here. If you leave a comment and want to join in, you can just send me a DM. Can join in to have a conversation about whatever it is that you're talking about. But just got some great tips on one, job search. Number two is how to create unusual, serendipitous conversations. And that's one of the things that we're trying to actually trying to do with this. With the walk-in talks, really just create a platform. Number one, for me to be able to brainstorm on some different ideas, but to give a platform for people to share what it is that they're working on or what they would care about. So inside of the idea of like passion wins. So again, these don't get scheduled. They just go live at any point in time. Typically don't come in with any particular agenda or thing that we actually want to talk about. Although I am looking to start to get a little bit more structure about that. And then whoever's listening in is more than welcome to join in today, as Chris did as an impromptu conversation today, and maybe do a little bit of some roundtable stuff a little bit later on. So I'm going to, let's just see how we're doing on steps for tonight. 12-7, 12-8-03. I think we're actually just going to call an end to this one for this evening. Have an amazing day whenever you are seeing this. And please, if you are listening, please feel free to send a DM if there's a topic you want to talk about, if you want to come on live, whatever it is. Just want to be able to give voice to people that have something to say, and everybody's got something to say. So have an amazing night, and we'll speak soon.